what's happening, guys? Welcome to BasicBenjamin. Today I have been waiting for 3 months to get my hands on this car, and the one thing that I want to do is today it's not going to be about discussing the OEMs. I'm not going to be reviewing the car and saying why to purchase this car over another car, why this one's better and more comfortable, quicker and 0 to 100 quicker, miles faster. No, today I'm going to be speaking about aesthetics. Today I'm going to be speaking about something that a lot of us wish we could do to our cars, but we don't really have the pockets in which to do so. But I'm going to be discussing why this kit is so iconic, as well as why this kit has changed the way that we look at the German-Jap scene. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you the BMW M4 Liberty Walk. When you're starting with one of these, well, you're going to have to start with one of the most iconic things, and the first thing that you obviously see, which is the body. Now, the body is a pop-riveted wide body from Liberty Walk, which is a company in Japan, which creates this wide body style kind of racing effect that these cars have. So in the olden days, with all the drift cars, what they used to do is they used to pop-riveted wide body kits onto the cars, obviously make them look a little bit more aggressive, a little bit wider, but they've now put it into a German as well as Italian brand. Now let's come over to the wheels. These are my absolute favorite Fasten wheels. They're a really aggressive split 5-spoke 3-piece. So meaning it's got your inner barrel, your outer barrel, as well as your face, which is all obviously monoblock CNC forged. It's a pretty amazing wheel. Also inside of these Fasten wheels is housing a big brake kit from Brembo, obviously to stop all the weight flying forward. Now if you take a look inside of the kidney grills on the BMW, you'll also see two massive K&N filters. This is obviously because the engine has been done up and it needs as much air coming through. It gives it a really aggressive look, but it's also functional. These are for the turbos, obviously, to cool them and get a high, consistent airflow coming through. Now moving to the back, you obviously got these same wide fenders that you do in the front. These are just slightly wider with a much wider wheel. You're looking at probably a 12.5 to a 13J wheel. Also, 3-piece monoblock forged wheel. Wider inner barrel, obviously to give it that more track on the road. As you'll see over here, it also gets a continued wide fender as well as a continued wide fender over here, just to give that appeal that the car is a lot lower to the ground. This is very iconic in the drift world. With all of the drift cars, they mainly have these body kits on, which they try and make the car as low to the ground as possible to suck the car into the ground. Obviously with cornering, it stops a lot of lateral or side movement into the car, obviously keeping the car a little bit more under control while the cars are sliding over. Shall we speak about the elephant in the room, or should I speak about the rear wing? Guessing as we're doing the rear wing, let's speak about this. I mean, if this is not a table of note, I don't know what is, but aesthetically, it looks badass. So shall we get into it? This is something that I am so excited to finally be shooting. It is one of my favorite BMWs. I know I always say that a lot, but this is an M4. This is like the grandfather of the M3. Shall we? Yes! Now that's how BM's supposed to sound, if you ask me. So now I'm just waiting for this thing to obviously warm up. Let's break this down real quick. This does a consistent 10-4 on the quarter mile. It just lights up the rear tires. The one thing that I want to discuss today is that, is it relevant that it has so much horsepower and being rear wheel drive? Well, let's find out. Yes, that sounds crazy. The car looking aesthetic, it has also got an incredibly powerful motor. Now, what I mean by incredibly powerful, I mean this thing is pushing over 450 kilowatts on the wheels. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's quite a lot. And it's also got its start activated. How do I stop that? Ah, got it. I mean, how great. By the sounds of it, it loves to hunt. The reason that it's hunting is 1, it's the clutch, 2, it runs on ethanol, 3, it's got a water meth system, as well as it's got nitrous. Now this thing has got every possible modification that you can put on one of these cars. It's got 2 massive pure turbos, which is incredible. I mean, it's got catalyst downpipes, it's got the M Performance box, which goes from obviously the downpipe all the way to the back. It's a valved system as well, which is nice, so you don't get this irritating, annoying drone while you're driving, which is frustrating to say the least. So obviously, to get over all those bumps, it's got an HLS system, which is really nice, because the HLS system comes in really handy, especially in this country, in South Africa, because we've got extremely high speed bumps, one, and two, we've also got off-pitched driveways. So a lot of these guys that own these type of cars, they always complain about it being too low. And that's where the HLS system comes in, which is really nice, because it allows the car to lift about 2 inches off the front wheel, which will just allow you to get that extended lip or really low front over those bumps, because I mean, who wants to deal with always having to fix a carbon splitter in the front? So it's really nice, really conventional, it's a really comfy suspension, but at the same time it is really performance oriented. So KW is also one of the best, if not the best, suspension on the market that you can buy straight off the shelf and install it into your car. They've obviously got different variants, but this one's got a V2, it's a KW V2 coilover with a hydraulic lift on the front, which is really nice. It can all be obviously controlled from the cubby hole. Really cool. This car is like, you can feel it's aggressive, like you can feel it's going to kill someone. The really nice thing about this is it's got a brand new ECU, which has been custom flashed along with JB4. Obviously to pull everything together and just to iron out all the bumps with all these modifications that has been put on this car. The really nice thing about JB4 is that on your phone you can control the different maps that you have. So this one has got 3 different maps. You've got a stage 0, which is basically just a standard everyday file, and then you've got a phase 2 file. So a phase 2 or stage 2 file in this car is something that it's obviously ironed out all the bumps. You've got your bigger turbos, you've got your induction, you've got your downpipes and your full exhaust system, you've got meth, you've got all these variants which you have to put into a file, and that's what stage 2 is for. That is for an everyday fast car file, if you can put it down into layman's terms. Then you get a phase 6 or a stage 6 file, which is a completely race specific file. It runs ethanol, NOS, as well as the meth, and it puts the file to an extremely aggressive file, which allows the car to deliver maximum power without lighting up the rear wheels. And I think that's quite important, because obviously having all this power, and that's the one thing I wanted to speak about, having all this power is fantastic. But if you can't put that power down onto the road, then it's pretty pointless. Where it's a progressive file, which allows this car to obviously have enough power. Drivability on this car is incredible. It is impeccable. Why I say that is because with this massive wide body kit that this has, I mean, it doesn't feel like it's a huge wide body. It feels like it's almost an extension of the car, like it actually aids to the car instead of retracts, meaning that this wide body isn't obtrusive in any way. Actually, it feels as if it adds a little bit to the car. What I mean by that is that yes, it's a lot wider in your face and it's menacing. The rear exhaust system is extremely loud, and like the drone is like a little bit too much. The clutch is a little bit too hard, but it's nothing that retracts from why I would buy one of these and why I would actually do a Liberty Walk kit on it. I mean, maybe it's not everyone's cup of tea, it's definitely mine. From the Vossen wheels to the Liberty Walk kit to the performance, everything just feels right on this car. Everything just feels as if it was part of the car, as if it was sold to you like that, as if you could buy this straight off a showroom floor. And by saying that, I don't want to say that this is something that everyone should love and that, you know, these things should become more common. I think they should. I think their rarity in itself is something to be appreciated. And the fact that this is the only one in South Africa, I mean, isn't that something amazing? I want to know your guys' thoughts on this car. Would you buy one of these cars? Is this your cup of tea? Do you hate it? Do you absolutely love it? Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks for stopping by. We'll check you next time. Ciao.